That's one of the best looks you've ever given.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm done now. Apparently not. Oh, nice cough switch, Scott.
So if you want to be betrayed and stabbed in the back, go ahead and like, subscribe, and follow Scott on This Is True Really News.
Heretofore will be a solo act.
Which, starting next week, will be a solo act.
That wasn't so much a stab in the back as, I think, great comedic timing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, like, subscribe, and follow. I don't care if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine too. You can send an email or some such drivel to titr@netradio.network. Scott will get those. You might even read them when you least suspect it. So, carry on. Sheila.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
From Reason.com. A while back, police officers in College Park, Georgia, detained Charles Reed for felony assault charges, alleging he kicked down his ex-girlfriend's door and attempted to strangle her. The only problem? Reed is a paraplegic and has been for more than 20 years. Despite the obvious discrepancy, police officers still handcuffed Reed and tried to take him to jail, even as the same officers seemed unsure if it was physically possible for him to have committed the crime in the first place. If she made a false report, that's going to be on her. It's a warrant now. I have to go ahead and take you in. So now that's going to be up to you and your courts and your lawyers and her to establish your innocence.
I thought innocent until proven was something.
Well,
I
this
read
is
that somewhere.
Yeah, this is Officer Mark Balat, an obvious nincompoop and general poopy head.
I bet his partner would edit that out if he could.
So at this point, she says you kicked down her door. It don't look like you could kick anything. No offense. At this point in time, said Officer Balat, police may have had reason to doubt the veracity of Jensen's claims that they had conducted a brief internet search. See, last year she was criminally charged after she made false allegations that Airbnb guests stole her property. It's looking worse and worse for Officer Blott. In an email sent to the College Park Police Department obtained by Reason, Jensen recanted her allegations. It has been brought to my attention that my mental state and physical trauma in that moment worked to confuse me into providing information that needs to be edited, she wrote. Will you please contact me at your earliest convenience so I can edit the information in the report and clear the name of an innocent man?
So he didn't wheel down the door.
Still, police refused to revoke the warrant.
They don't have like a county or city attorney?
After some consultation with Reed's attorney,
There we go.
the police finally revoked the warrant.
So he had to get his attorney involved, which cost him money.
Absolutely. And at one point they had him in, he said, I have a hard time getting down there, so let's schedule something. It was a couple months between the claim she filed and getting him into the police department. He has all kinds of extra needs. He was paralyzed when he was 18. And when they cuffed him up and tried to wheel him off, he ended up coming out of his wheelchair, and
I saw that video.
Officer Blott let him sit there
Yep.
because he was obviously faking it so he wouldn't have to go to jail. So I think
Shrewd.
there may be a lawsuit
Oh, there should be.
come in here because this is just
I
stupid.
would sue her for whatever $150 I could get.
Yep. And sue the
And then I
police
would like the
department.
police department to set me up in new digs.
It's not just their job to arrest somebody on a warrant, but to determine if the warrant is warranted. If you catch my drift. It's a little comedy.
Well, this was so ludicrous to begin with.
Right.
I mean, this was as stupid as thinking something could be edited out and didn't get edited out.
Right?
Are you done now?
Yeah, with that story.
In New Zealand, a woman in Wellington, New Zealand, a woman in Australia unknowingly gave birth to a stranger's baby. We are back to the checkout lane at the
Walmart.
Wow.
Hey, so
IVF.
something happened in New Zealand with an Australian woman and a stranger's baby.
Yeah, there was an IVF human error, says the clinic.
Oh, I thought it was another one of them immaculate jobs.
No, I think we only get one of those.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you do, because the next time he shows up, you'll know.
Is her name Mary?
Hang on. Mix up was, I don't see a name. Mix up was discovered in February. Oh, Valentine's. When the clinic in the city of Brisbane found that the birth parents had one too many embryos in storage, said the provider, Monash IVF.
So they were 50%, well, 100% overloaded.
They're looking at going, didn't we, one of these, shouldn't this not be here?
Mm-hmm.
Staff discovered an embryo from another patient had been mistakenly thawed and transferred to the birth mother, according to the Monash spokesperson. Australian news outlets reported the baby was born in 2024. Mm-hmm. Monash IVF would not confirm how old the child was, but we're going to guess at least a year.
Or about there.
The company is one of Australia's biggest IVF providers. That's scary. Said an initial investigation had not uncovered any other such errors. As far as we know, its statement didn't identify the patients involved or divulge details of the child's custody. What do you do with that?
Wow.
All of us at Monash IVF are devastated, and we apologize to everyone involved, said the CEO. We will continue to support those patients through this extremely distressing time.
Well, they're going to support them for the rest of their lives, I think.
I'm thinking that kid's got college and probably an emperorship coming somewhere.
Well, what do you do? I mean, especially what if you're Caucasian parents and the other parents were indigenous?
That would be interesting.
Wouldn't it, though?
No, because think about it. If you're the hubby.
Yes.
And no, but it's IVF, so you had to know that.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
You're just like, whoa.
According to the statement, the company, the human error was made despite strict laboratory safety protocols being in place. See, laboratory is how they say aluminum in Britain. And
there we go.
Commonwealth. The company, by the way, said it had reported the episode to the relevant regulator in the state of Queensland, which I'm guessing is about the same time this got leaked to the press.
Right.
The clinic paid for a settlement, by the way.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
They should. But
35 million US dollars, 56 million Australian dollars.
What do you do?
With 35 million?
No.
Pretty much most anything you want.
I'm thinking of the child. What do you do?
There you go.
Because
it's your genetic material.
But this woman put in all the work.
And she carried it for 9 months.
Yeah.
And then it was born.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
wow. What do you do?
It's happened elsewhere, but there's no winners in this.
No, I don't think so. I think the best you can do is figure out some sort of sharing.
I don't know.
Because
was it in, where was it? Georgia.
Oh,
Here.
you could use the old biblical remedy.
No.
Why?
Uh-uh.
Cutting the kid in halves off?
That wouldn't look good.
Okay.
That's not a good. But it happened here in Georgia, too, where the mom realized some sort of error must have been made because she and her significant other were both white.
Ah.
And the child was not.
Ooh, I foreshadowed this event.
You did.
I'm clairvoyant.
Although it happened last February, so sure.
But I'm a boy, and I identify as a boy, so I'm clairvoyant.
Sure.
This from the New York Post.
Which is also clairvoyant.
Florida Highway Patrol were in hot pursuit of 36-year-old Keith Devereaux for nearly a day after they attempted to pull him over for reckless driving just after midnight on January 27th. Devereaux had allegedly been driving erratically, stopping and pulling away at high speeds while dropping off a passenger, according to the FHP.
Was it tuck and roll, or did he actually stop?
I don't know. Surprise, surprise, Devereaux eventually rammed his truck into a tree. He pulled himself from the wreckage and tried to keep running in a Dalmatian onesie.
They're like footy pajamas with, with black spots.
And everyone knows if you're fleeing police, you wear a Greyhound onesie. I mean, come on.
Well, no, because actually, Dalmatians can move, man.
Can they?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he got a discount.
We had one. We adopted one for 2 days.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Fastest dog I ever saw.
Now he's living somewhere in the wild. He blew out the back door when Robin opened it, and we
haven't seen him since.
No.
Oh. Anyway, this guy Devereaux was quickly tased by pursuing troopers, but despite being shocked, he picked a fight with a trooper.
He got tased.
And, well, there are certain drugs. I've got a friend, Dusty, who says you can tase some people and it doesn't get to them because of the drugs they're taking.
So higher voltage? Wattage?
He said more wrestling. Despite being shocked, Devereaux picked a fight with a trooper, began to push and thrash against him before once again attempting to take off. This time, he headed straight to his girlfriend's house.
Yeah, who would suspect that?
Upon arrival, police noted the girlfriend was home. Oddly, they did not describe her attire. One wonders why.
Was she wearing a Dalmatian onesie?
They didn't say. I would kind of, boyfriend and girlfriend, you'd think.
I would hope not, but.
She told troopers she didn't want anyone going inside, including Devereaux.
Seems fair.
Because they had drugs inside and she didn't want to face jail time.
She told them this? Yep. I can see how
Troopers
there were a couple.
Immediately about-faced, returned to the station and filed an arrest warrant so police could search the home the following day. Lo and behold, when police arrived, they were still there.
The people or the drugs?
Yes. Devereaux was booked for reckless driving, fleeing assault of law enforcement, resisting with violence, and, as his girlfriend had alluded to the night before, possession of methamphetamine, among other charges. One thinks they're going to be spending a lot of time in the Huskow. I wonder if they have prison onesies.
They do, but they're not spotted.
And they don't have footies.
Nope, they're orange. They give you some neat little shoes to go with it, though. No arch support from what I've heard. A Missouri foster mom has been charged with child abuse and endangerment.
Oh, well, and she deserved that.
Authorities investigate whether or not she traded an adopted daughter to someone in Texas for a monkey.
How do they know it's a monkey and not a child of a politician?
And mistreated other children in her care. Okay. The woman is from Winfield, Missouri. I don't know, 72, 73 miles. No, kilometers. Sorry. It's 45 miles or so out of St. Louis.
I couldn't have lived without that information.
They are not identifying her. because they don't want to get the child's identity
Right.
known.
Right. Absolutely.
Lincoln County Prosecutor Mike Wood said that the woman had been a foster or adoptive parent to around 200 children for over a decade. His office wrote in seeking a cash-only bond that authorities had received information that some of those children suffered physical and emotional abuse, similar to the teen at the center of the case. The girl told authorities she was beaten with wooden trim, shoes and a paddle. This must have been, yeah. The girl said she tried to tell people what was happening, but no one would believe her. I'm thinking part of the problem is the woman from Winfield who is accused of the abuse
Yeah.
is 70 years old.
Wild.
You would think by 70, shouldn't some wisdom have leaked in?
Apparently, if it's not going to leak in at a certain point, it
Just
never does.
by accident?
Apparently not. Evidence says no.
No word on what happened with the monkey.
Send him back to Congress.
See, I always, when Eric was little and acting like Eric,
Yeah.
I would threaten to sell him to Bedouins, but I'm not taking something back that's, as much trouble.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
want cash. And Robin said, no. He's your son. You'll grow to love him, she said.
Take coupons.
And, well, it depends for what, but sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Be open.
This is true, really news. Send email to TITR@netradio.network.